Round your city, round the clock. Everybody needs you.
I don't need that. So, like most Hunter kids, I went to Taconic in that 7th grade. Yeah, that's 7th grade. But I also went to actual summer camp during the summer in Connecticut. And Taconic does a pretty good job of capturing the general feeling of how summer camp goes. You know, they have shit food, you like to learn stuff. But what they don't teach you about summer camp at Taconic is that the people at summer camp in Connecticut don't go to Hunter. So, you know, I'm an elementary school kid of Manhattan, not on the Upper West Side. You know what's up. So, my whole life I've been around you gifted and talented individuals. But then when you leave Hunter and you go to summer camp in Connecticut, they don't have gifted and talented individuals. They have normal, like, everyday American people. And in some cases, people who are worse than normal individual American people. And some of these guys aren't super nice, you know. They make fun of people who are disabled, or they call each other gay as an insult. And that really weirded me out when I went to summer camp, which, you know, you get there and you kind of have to, like, change your attitude. And eventually I wasn't really bothered by the strange things that they did. But one thing that I never really got over was this kind of joke that we had, or a game. It was not a game at all, where you would offer somebody a piece of gum, and you'd say like, hey, you want some gum? And if they said yes, then you'd show them your ball sack. So, this would go down, yeah. This could go like 2 ways. The average way was you would pull it on an unexpected person. Like, it's the first year there, they don't really know what's going on. And you'd say, hey, you want some gum? And they'd say, wow, how'd you get gum? I thought you weren't allowed to have gum. And you'd say, oh yeah, my parents sent it to me. Or like, I got it when I wasn't at camp, or I brought it here. And they'd say like, yeah, I'd like some gum. And then you show them your ball sack. The other way it could go would be, you would, you know, just be hanging out, and somebody would say, hey, you want some gum? And everybody there would say, no, Adam, don't show us your ball sack. And you would show us his ball sack. Yeah, so, that's kind of how it went down at summer camp in Connecticut. I offered some gum to people also, I'm not gonna lie. I admit, it's pretty funny, sorry. But that was not the only kind of strange behavior that they had. The one thing that I really it wasn't like a large important thing, but it was one thing that is dramatically different from being here in New York, is that nobody there really knows how to dress themselves. They all wear basketball clothes. Everybody there. Like everyone there. From like the little kids, like the 5-year-olds, and then also like the 20-year-old counselors, everybody wears basketball clothes. And like, I don't play basketball, I'm not a baller. I'm not good by anybody's standards except for Plies. But you go there and you're like, oh, I guess in order to be cool, you have to wear like basketball clothing. So I went there and I got the idea into my head that I really needed to get Nike Elite socks in order to be cool. And I didn't have any, I had like Kmart socks, because I'm a normal guy, I live in New York. There's a Kmart, I got my socks at Kmart. But you go there and nobody like dresses normally. Everybody wears Just Do It shirts and Kevin Durant's. I don't own either of those things, so I was not cool at camp. And it doesn't actually matter, because again, nobody there is good at basketball, except for like several people, but it's a large camp. So like, a very, very small percent of the camp is actually good at basketball. So there were these 2 kids, I remember, and they would always get in fights, because one of them wore a red Nike shirt and red Nike basketball shorts and red Kevin Durant's, and the other kid wore a gray Nike shirt and gray Nike basketball shorts and gray Kobe's. And we would be like, hey guys, don't fight, but they would. And then they would settle their differences on the court, because they were the only two people in my section who were any good at basketball. But then when you play basketball, you would have no clue who you actually had to like watch out for, because everybody wore basketball clothes. So you'd be like, oh no, either everybody here is a poser and lives in Connecticut and doesn't know how to dress themselves, or everybody here is fantastic at basketball. And then I'm just garbage at basketball. Like, I can't play basketball. And I would get totally shut up every single time, despite expecting that I would be fine, because I thought everybody in Connecticut didn't know how to dress themselves. So I came home and I was like, Mom, I need Nike Elite socks. And I got Nike Elite socks, and I'm still super dry in the cut, so it turned out that that's all I have. Woo!